Spirit Science. One of my subscribers informed me that on March the 16th, 2015, you posted this offering on your website.
Milky Way is 3 times larger than we thought, and it's a Taurus.
Well, we've only...
Hello? Really? Oh, let me look.
Hello everyone, Adam Miller here, and this video is in response to Think Skeptically.
Hey everyone, I'm going to start off this response by going over a couple of definitions of words, since Adam has accused me of defaming his character, mainly, I think, over 2 words. The first of those words is charlatan, which means an empiric who pretends to possess wonderful secrets, especially in the healing art. An empiric or imposter in medicine, a quack. The other word I used to describe him, which was in the title of the last video, was con artist, which means a person who perpetrates a confidence trick or fraud, a con man or swindler, also an extended use. Both of these definitions are in the Oxford English Dictionary, link in the description. Now, I want to kind of back up why I'm calling him these words. Here we have a very, very long list of things that Adam has said that he can cure or claims to be able to cure. Some of the ones that stand out to me are childhood cancers of any type, cancers and tumors, HIV and STDs, any kind of childhood diseases, undiagnosed diseases, fibromyalgia, meningitis, all sorts of ailments he claims to be able to heal. What I find most interesting is that he also has a disclaimer at the bottom of this list. It reads, disclaimer, being in the presence of Adam Miller is for entertainment purposes only and is not medical in nature, and there are absolutely no guarantees. Your result is your own. So what, he's healing people's cancer for entertainment purposes? Has anyone ever been like, thank you, doctor, for healing my cancer for entertainment only? No, I don't think this ever happened. The fact that this disclaimer exists on his website is a clear indication that what he's doing is not efficacious, which means that he is indeed a charlatan and a con artist, because he's perpetuating things that are not true.
AKA Joel by this Stephanie, AKA Joel, this so-called Stephanie's behavior.
She never once states herself what she is or who she is.
She was a guy, or, you know, anything like that. So she's not really being who she is. She's being, you know, she's lying about that.
Yeah, so Adam made a habit in this video of repeating my birth name, which, by the way, Adam, if you're watching this, I got my name changed legally. So calling me that is kind of overboard and kind of silly. The girls at the end state that I don't say who I am or what I am, which is fairly transphobic, and then says that because, essentially imply that because I'm trans, I'm lying about who I am. Let's start off with the first thing they say, where they imply that I have never stated who I am or what I am. Let's take a look at the first few seconds of my About video. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and a little bit about the channel. I'm 28, I'm an atheist, I'm a skeptic, I'm a humanist, and I'm a trans woman. See right there how I just explained who I was and that it was trans? It's crazy. All they had to do was watch the About Think Skeptically video, link in the description. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because there's another video in the description that kind of explains trans phobia and what trans people are and those kind of things. But I will say that me being trans is not lying about who I am. In fact, it's the complete opposite.
She also has absolutely no education whatsoever in anything metaphysically.
So Adam is claiming that I don't have a formal education in anything theological. At least I think that's what he's saying. The bad news is neither does he. On his website, he claims to be ordained as a minister through Universal Life Church and hold the titles of Doctor of Divinity and Doctor of Metaphysics. The problem is that Universal Life Church is an online certificate mill. You can literally just buy these certificates, including Doctor of Divinity and Doctor of Metaphysics. The website also explains in its FAQ that it is not a legally binding document. It is simply honorary, which means he doesn't actually hold any real degrees from an accredited university or other institution. I mean, the Universal Life Church actually will give you a Jedi Knight certificate. I'm not kidding. Check it out.
And these assumptions are not going to go unnoticed, and we're gonna do what it takes in order to catch up with this individual and prosecute again to the fullest extent of the law. You know, really, this is going to hit the fan, and I want everybody to understand that we're not going to just stop here. We are going to continue to prosecute anybody who decides they're going to attack the work. So I want to make that completely crystal clear. These kinds of remarks and sarcasm about very serious issues are going to be taken up in court by all of my clients, you know, as well as myself. We have hired our lawyers, and we are going to seek the maximum penalty by law for copyright issues and many other criminal actions that this individual has taken toward a very holy work.
So as you just saw, several times in the video, he threatens a lawsuit against me or to take me to court. He also did this via email. He also added me on Facebook and subsequently sent me some private messages on Facebook threatening the same. In response to those messages on Facebook, I explained to him the thing about fair use, if you saw the image at the beginning of this video, and that he should probably consult a lawyer of his own before making such threats, as they are empty. I have yet to hear from any legal counsel on behalf of Mr. Miller, so if you want to get on that, that would be fantastic. Thanks.
Basically, the entire video that she has put out on the airwaves is a complete lie.
She's never been a client.
At all.
She has no idea what goes on.
Never had anything to do with my work or my clients in any way.
And then to talk about, you know, to laugh at him and mock him, that's not fair to him at all when she has no idea who he is.
You never met him. You don't know anything about his clients. It doesn't look like you really did your research.
And I think the video with Stephanie is inappropriate in the sense of how can she say what she's saying based on just her own perception of it. It's not fair. It's not fair to others who could get some help from Adam, and it's unfair for the judgments that she makes when she's not really well aware of those judgments she's making.
She's lying through the whole thing. Has no affiliation with Adam whatsoever.
It appears to me very unfounded, and obviously I can say I've been through the work, and it's been one of the most amazing experiences of my life.
And has never been anywhere near our work personally whatsoever.
So Adam and the girls are correct. They're claiming that I've never been around Adam, I've never done the work, and I've never been a client of his. Those are all true. It's completely accurate. It's also completely irrelevant to my video. I don't need to be around him. I don't need to be a client of his to check the veracity of his claims. Just to give you an example, I don't need to go to the South Pole to know it's cold there. I can look at the data. On his website, he claims to have all these testimonials which he claims is evidence. The problem is, anecdotes and testimonials aren't evidence, especially for something like this. There's too much you can do above and beyond testimonials to verify with evidence whether or not these claims are true. And he hasn't done that work. But let's hear what Adam has to say about it.
The reason that there is only 40 videos on the website in Stephanie's accusations about how many people we did or did not work with is because those people were willing to step forward and talk about their experience. There are many people out there that are very private, and they're not going to just bare their soul to the entire public. And, I think this is a very good example about how I did bare my soul, and how, an individual like this one, who is completely destructive and absolutely negative in every fashion and knows nothing about spiritualism whatsoever, can get on and do the very best that she can to destroy an innocent work that's been going for 3 decades. So
great. I understand that not everyone wants to come forward. I totally get it. The problem is you haven't documented in any other way, with testimonials or not, even though testimonials aren't evidence, whether or not what you do works. So skepticism stands. I still haven't seen any evidence that what you do works. I did want to point out really quick that there was of all the things that you had on that list, of all the things that you said you could cure, I noticed there was something missing. Amputees. Why is that, Adam? Why can't you heal amputees?
the reason that I was talking slowly is because we deal with sick people all the time, and we want to make sure that they can understand us and understand the process.
Cool, so you were talking slowly for sick people. That's interesting, I suppose. But couldn't you find a way to be more clear without talking so slowly? Also, I want to point out that in no point in your video do you actually explain how what you do works, what mechanisms are involved. You throw out a lot of word salad, you use a lot of woo-woo terms like dark cellular structure, which isn't a thing, and then expect everyone to just believe you. That's not how science works.
Furthermore, one of the things that happened recently was one of our clients that has had a serious cancer and issues with balance and memory and very serious problems. She actually, and her name is Robin, she addressed this Stephanie about what was wrong with her. And when she contacted Stephanie about her problem, Stephanie's response was that was cute.
Yeah, I certainly did. I did say that. Here's what else I said. Your story is cute, very compelling. Unfortunately, not compelling enough to be counted as empirical evidence, which is what you need to prove your and Adam's claims. Always nice to hear from loyal fans like you. Cheers. I'm not one to simply believe the claims of just anybody. I don't know this person, and given that she is working with an agenda that is to defend you, I'm even less inclined to believe her. Furthermore, what you did, Adam, is something we like to call quote mining. You took what I said out of context. Yeah, I was probably pretty glib, but I tend to be glib when the people who are talking to me and the claims they're making to me are unsubstantiated. Okay? Cool.
Constantly contradicts herself.
Throughout the entire video.
I contradicted myself in the video? Where? Seriously. If someone could put some timestamps in the comments below to tell me where I contradicted myself, that would be fantastic.
She's atheist, so obviously she's not going to believe in any of the methods Adam uses.
And of course she's going to try to go against it because, and I don't think that gives a very good example of what atheists are either. That's not really how they act.
Yeah. I'm an atheist, and that has no bearing on Adam's inability to prove his claims. It's also funny, you just said that I contradicted myself throughout the whole video, except you say that because I'm an atheist...
And of course she's going to try to go against it because,
And then immediately thereafter say...
That's not really how they act.
You listen to yourself.
Your elementary school math is a little bit off. I mean, he did say 16,000 plus over 3 decades. And, you're kind of just leaving out the plus.
No, I checked my math. If there was any problem with my math, it was that I couldn't find an exact number of patients, individual, unique patients that doctors see a day. I could only come up with a general number, which could include people who come multiple times a week, etc. That being said, the rest of my math was fine. And on top of that, plus is not a number. I don't know where you got that from. Yes, he said 16 plus, but in that context, plus means an undefined number above and beyond. If he wants me to be exact, he should tell me exactly how many clients he's had down to the ones place.
And you constantly would take just one tiny piece of information and blow it up into something else that had nothing to do with it.
I mean, if you're going to nitpick, do it right.
Yeah, see, what you're referring to is my pointing out that he was being inconsistent with his success rate. In one moment, he says it was 95% on his website, and then he says 97% in the video. The difference there being 2%. Given that he's only had 16,000 clients, again, referring to the last question, if you want me to be exact, you need to give me an exact number, not just say 16,000 plus. So starting with 16,000, since that's the only number we can really work with, 2% of that is 320. And given how small his client base is, over 30 years, it's not very many clients, 320 is not an insignificant number, especially when you have no evidence to back it up. Whew, so that was a long video. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my social media links in the description below, and I will see you next time. Bye!